Okay, so we're going to take our tried and tested design. Let's find one of them that I know worked. What was the one we used last week? Is it test ship 1? Let's load that up. This looks about right. Okay, so let's pull this down. Whoops, maybe not quite the bit I wanted to grab there. Let's pull this down. There we go. Okay, now one major modification I'm going to want to make is these singular docking clamps. I don't believe are strong enough for what I want to achieve. So I'm going to swap to triples, which means I need to find the part to start with. So bear with me while I scour through these things. There we go. So if we flip that over, stick that on the top, and then we want 3 of the docking ports. So this is going to make docking these parts together considerably more difficult, but you know, why make life easy for yourself? So that's that bit established. Now then, let's see what we got. So we got some Kerbals to go up there. Shall we? What should we do first? Well, I guess first I need to connect up 3 more of these, and then put on one of the others. Where's it gone? It's under here, wasn't it? One of these on. Like so. And now we can start building our bit on the top. So let's see what to do as the first part of the ship, do we think? Now I'm thinking I'm going to need quite a few crew on this thing, so maybe a sort of a crew module with some of the power generation sort of modules. Let's see, pods, lander can. I'm sure there's a habitation module in one of these somewhere. Let me have a look around. Utility. Ah, there we go. Hitchhiker storage. Though I need an adapter because of the size of that thing. Now, how many can these hold? 4 Kerbals, so maybe we should have a few of these, because I have no idea how many Kerbals I'm going to be taking. Why won't that connect? Maybe this is too high. Let's drop it down. What's going on here then? Right. Explanations on a postcard? Because I have no idea. Now then, so if we have that as the middle, so on the top we want another one of these docking sort of connectors so that I can join some more parts on. So let's flip one of those round and then have one of these. And of course the docking bits, which are there. Okay, so this is sort of going to form the centre of my station. So what I want now are, I'm thinking having some struts out the side with more of these on, so I can sort of fly other bits up to connect on the underneath, so that we got like a multi-part structure down here below this section. And having the sort of powered bit up here to pull them all, because we saw last time trying to push them all from behind just causes a massive sort of levering, waving tower effect, and I'd much rather pull than push. I guess like trying to push a pump truck, if anyone knows what a pump truck is. They're an irritating rear-wheel drive vehicle that goes absolutely everywhere except where you want it. So that's the theory. How the game actually sort of, you know, realises it is it entirely its own decision. So let's get some structural stuff going on here. What have we got? Kinda want some pylons, I guess. Maybe 4? Now, are they going to be far enough away? Or do I want some more on the ends? In the words of Chadman, this is the question. Will these go on the end nicely? No, they don't want to connect on the end. They don't like that at all. So, we need something else. What did I use last time? I used like a little fuel tank, didn't I? Let's see about that. Just getting as many fuel tanks on this thing as possible isn't necessarily a bad idea. There may be an RCS tank. No, okay, we'll just stick with these for now. They're going to be quite heavy. We've got some lighter ones. They're not necessarily any lighter, they look quite large as well. Let's have a look at the weight. Mass 9, mass 4.5, mass 1 point... Ah, that's more like it. Let's have some dinky ones on there. And the sole reason I want them is to then attach these things. Now let me get the angle on this right. Oops. Spin this that way. Maybe there. Now I'm hoping whatever I bring up to attach to these is far enough apart. I guess we'll find out one way or the other. Stick on the docking clamps. Stick on the aero cones. Because we shouldn't need a parachute. Right, now all the little extra bits like power. We've got to sort out power. So where are the solar arrays? There we go. Let's stick some of them up there. Then we need some battery packs. Let's hide them in there. Yeah, got to get this off the launch pad, which may be fun, but it's only got to make orbit, and it's got a lot of fuel. So, who knows? We'll see. Where's the fun if we don't have a few explosions? Now then. Just wondering. No, that should be fine. What else do we want on here? This bit's going to stay in orbit. I have no intention of this ever coming down, so it does not need parachutes. It may need RCS thrusters. Right. RCS control. There we go. Right. Some at the top and some at the bottom. It's space. They'll be able to hop over those if they get in the way. Like I said, it's not going down to the ground. Okay, we need a name for the massive sort of cross solar system ship. So I'll let the live stream think of the name for a minute, and suggestions can be given, whilst I try and work out how the hell I'm going to get this thing into space and what I'm missing that I currently really need. Because you can guarantee there's going to be something. RCS fuel is currently taken care of down here, so I don't have to worry about that one. Because this bit can stay attached for as long as it needs to. What else we got? I don't want SAS on it, because SAS breaks space stations. It just sends them mental, they just wobble around all over the place and then snap, and it's never pretty. So I'm avoiding SAS. Aero, ion, thrusters, no. Home modules, we'll take up some of those later, maybe. Ladders, no. Xenon, no. Floodlights. Floodlights could be fun. Yeah, I'm thinking floodlights. Just so we can see where these stupid extended arms are relative to the rest of the place when we're coming up to dock in future. And let's have another one on here, flipped. Oh, that wasn't the right way. Flip around like that, and pointing up that way to try and illuminate the underside of the docking clamps, so you can see what the hell's going on when you're trying to dock in here. Okay, I think Leviathan is a great name for the overall station. Leviathan Habitat. Because that's what this bit mainly is. So, I will admit this is an ambitious payload to get up there in one go, but, well, you know, it's boring if you do it safely every time. Got to have some adventure, or there's no point in doing it. Landing struts. Oh, what's in the science bit? I've never really looked in the science bit. We've got communications towers and all sorts of fun. That looks a little wrong, I must admit. Oh, he's a dinky one. Accelerometers? No. Boring thermometers. Gravioli detector. That's nowhere near as fun as it should have been. I wanted like a big sort of satellite dish style comms array, but no, they don't seem to have those. Anything else on the structural bit I need? So this top bit's completely unpowered, so I don't have to worry about anything to do with the launch sections, and I don't know why those insist on being in the same one every time. Parachutes, you are not in the same section as the thrusters. Now stop doing it. Let's see. No. Control. Nope. Propulsion. Don't think I really need propulsion. And pods, well, we've already got all the pod stuff. Alright, let's give this suicidal first mission a try, shall we? We've got to lift it up into the ceiling to get it over the launch pad. So, let's see which poor Kerbals get gifted the honour of this first mission, shall we? Because it's not going to go particularly well for them. Not at all. I didn't put anywhere near enough space tapes and support struts on this thing, I just realised. That thing is going to wobble like crazy. Well, yep, there we go. We can see the wobbles already. I think we will abort this right now and go back to the assembly building, where we will attempt to fix these terrible ideas I've been having. Now then, we're going to have to lower it back down again. Okay, now, let's see. Strut connectors. Let's start with 4 of you. No, okay, well, let's not start with 4 of you. You don't want to connect there. Actually, I see why you don't want to connect. There's struts all over those things. Let's get rid of some of these things. That's probably going to be the quicker way, actually. Just get rid of the entire parachute system and put on a fresh one. There. Problem solved. No more wasted struts all over the place. Okay. No, that didn't want to connect. Okay, let's start with the top of the parachute up to there. Let's then go from there up to there. No, that one didn't want to work. Okay, we'll take that one back off again. I'm really shooting myself in the foot with this one, aren't I? 3, 4. The rest can't do that? Really? Why not? Because I put it in the first time when there was only one of them. There we go. Much better. That'll do nicely, and let's have some between them. Try and hold them stable. There's no real weight on them. Oh well, let's go for our first explosion, shall we? So, Sonsby Kerman and Thompin Kerman have been paid excessively high danger pay, and we're already screwed because I didn't raise this up. Back we go. There we go. Quick, end the flight before they die horribly. Saved by magical forces. They survive to die another time. You know, in like about 8 seconds. But here we go. Fitting through the door, it's a minor missed problem. No one needs to worry about it, really. Right, now then. SAS on. Thrust to really low. Fingers exceedingly crossed. All of our prayers are with these people. I don't think they're going to get particularly high. We're starting at 111 meters. We will see if that goes up at all. You brave little Kerbals. Let's get this going. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're going up. It's going up. It's looking a little unstable, but it is heading in the right general direction. Sonsby is just, you know, he's resigned to the fact that he may well not survive this. Thumpin wasn't quite so sure about this mission after all, maybe. In fact, he's just openly screaming everywhere. It's a little wobbly, as you can see from the inside here. The horizon not being particularly stable. Okay, we're about to reach the first jettison point. We are already starting to career horribly off of the axis we want to be on. Let's see if I can manually correct for it instead of letting the SAS try to do it. Jettison! Thrust up! First pair of tanks away! Oh no, we've had a collision. They've taken out the engine of the one next to them. All is lost. All is lost. Shut down the comparative engine. Why did it not shut down? Oh, it has. It has. Okay. No, but we're into a flat spin now. It's all over. It's all over. Decouple node. Decouple node. And decouple node. Free fall, free fall. Jettison! Oh no! Deploy the chutes! Save the crew! We're down to 3 parachutes. Will these parachutes rip off? Oh, that's not good. Why are you smiling, you psychotic little bastards? They just look like they're foaming at the mouth with happiness. The Kerbals are hidden in this pod in the centre here, which is currently sat on top of a fuel tank, so I don't know why they're smiling so much. And here we go. Oh. It's all exploding around them. But they survived. Why are you horrified at surviving? You really are just suicidal. Did you have like an insurance policy scam going? Shut up and run away. No, that's not the one I wanted to check. What the hell's going on there? Stop focusing on bits of engine. What? Why are we... Oh, I'm confused now. What's this game doing? Never mind. Back to the Space Center. Okay, we'll try this again. So, to recap what happened there, when these are in pairs, these big orange fuel tanks, as they run out of fuel, I jettison them away in pairs, which means they drop away. Unfortunately, the ship decided to lean over at that point, and the nose cone of one that had just dropped away clipped the engine of one of the other ones, which then of course means I have uneven thrust. The entire thing flipped, and no amount of shutting down the opposing engine was going to save me. So we detached up here. I managed to get to these 3 decoupling nodes whilst it was spinning like a lunatic, and detach that top module that actually has nothing in. And the Kerbal's fairly safe in here. We're meant to come down on parachutes, but again, collisions ripped off one of those, and then the force of the parachute opening ripped off a second one, and well, you saw the rest. And the psychotic little power guys are over there in that debris, well, one of those multiple debris piles over there. Anyone who's watched enough of these episodes will know that that's not an unfamiliar sight. But yeah, never mind. Moving swiftly onwards, we now have Jeffrey Kerman and Maley. Who calls somebody Maley? Is their partner femaley? I don't know. Anyway, so the SAS was terrible. I'm going to have to keep a closer eye on that. So thrust up. Right, let's try this again, shall we? So lift off in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, fire. Kerbals don't seem too depressed. They're going for the ice cold killer. Oh no, Jeffrey's unhappy. Jeffrey is no longer confident in the mission. And Maley has decided that he doesn't like it either. So, up we go. How high we'll get, nobody knows, but at least most of the parts will be coming back down again rather rapidly. But, you know, that's just a minor thing. Yeah, those 2 crewmen not happy with this trip so far. Their lack of faith is concerning. The Kerbal Inquisition will deal with them on their return, should they return, which is highly unlikely. Okay, so we're about to jettison the outer tanks, which went fine last time. It was the next set that were a problem. Okay, so away those go. Throttle up to compensate, and the next ones run out about now. There those go. Away they go. Come on, come on. Yes, successful separation. Okay, we're drifting off where we want to be in terms of target because the SAS is terrible. Up we go. We're getting a little wobbly. That's not so good. That'll be the gimbals on those engines at the bottom, playing havoc with the SAS intelligence. But such is life. We'll wait till we jettison this next pair of engines before I go leaning over, because I don't want a repeat of the last time, which should be any time now. Here we go. Away they go. And lean. Head for 90. Head for 90. Go to map view, see what altitude we're getting. 40,000 nearly. That needs to be a lot higher, really. We've got a bit of wobble going on here. Okay, we've got a lot of wobble going on there. Something's going to snap off in a minute, I can tell. Okay, up we go. Still going, still going. 70,000. I want to build at 100 really, so we'll keep going. Let's start leaning it over a bit more, however. Start heading for the horizon. There. And... oh, that was some fuel tanks extinguishing. Excuse me. There we go. Oh, nearly clipped it, but not quite. So now we've just got to get orbit established. Not as easy as it sounds when you're lugging a great big space station around. That's wobbling like a lunatic. So for those who have recently arrived, what we're doing now is building the replacement solar system spaceship space station thing. This is the habitation module. You can see all the habitats on there. We've got triple docking clamps for added strength. These are the future docking ports for lander modules that I'm going to try and drop off on other planets. The top end will be connected to a thrust module, so something like this connected to the other end. And then the back here will probably be where extra fuel tanks are strapped on. Excuse me. Come on, orbit. Let's slow down the thrust a little bit. Reposition myself on the horizon. Wait till we get a bit closer to the apoapsis before I expend the rest of my fuel trying to achieve orbit. So for anyone who wanted to know where the previous space station went, we transferred it to the moon. It was rather wobbly, and so that has sort of influenced my design structure of making this new one a pull system as opposed to having the engine at the back and pushing like I'm currently doing in this single module. Thunder, why should I rebuild my lifting rockets? They're clearly doing the job. They're lifting it to orbit, that's all they've got to do. Okay, and line that up with there we go. Someone's asking, is space junk persistent in the game? Yes, it is, but I intentionally removed all of the stuff that was around Kerbal before starting this project to allow for my nice new shiny space station not to collapse and fly into everything. So that's where that's all gone. But the rest of the solar system still has everything that I've ever put out there, as does the planet, as you can see from all the landers currently on it. Hey, the periapsis is up. It's coming round, coming round, coming round. We may have the orbit I desire. 97. Not quite. But close enough. It's at the height I want. And we didn't even have to use the fuel in the next stage. So, let's transfer our first Kerbal into the space station, shall we? So I think Jeffrey showed a distinct lack of faith with his inherent screaming from the get-go. So Jeffrey shall be the one that we leave up here as penance for his crimes and lack of faith in the Skadi nation, as someone kindly referred to it on the YouTube the other day. So he's now transferred into the lower crew cabin there. So the periapsis is actually where I want it. So if we spin around to about there, we can pull back in the apoapsis to 100. Okay, so we want to flip this around so that we're retro burning. Let's see, which way is this going to be? This one, I think. Yep, there we go. I want to line it up with that. Brake. Line it up. Back to the map view and burn. Pull that in, pull that in, pull that in. Stop. Much better. Now, to get any further stages up here, I'm going to have to detach this stage, so let's do so. Decouple. Decouple. Oh. That's not good. What just happened to one of my docking nodes? We could have our first problem already. You decouple the nodes, they snap off. Lovely game, lovely. Thanks for that one. Okay, well I guess I'm not attaching too much onto there in future. That could be a significant issue. Right, let's boost to the side so that we don't cause any problems by smashing into the space station. And I think I'll move this up here. so that I can fire the next set of engines quite happily. Alright, that way. Go, go, go! Move me away from the other space station, please. Okay, and then we can return down to the planet. By braking. Bye, station. See you later. Okay, now we can disable this engine, lock the gimbal, shut down the engine. Whoop. Okay, no, no, no. We want to activate all of them. You stay. Good, you're still deactivated. Now having a look at the map view, good, so we're already dropping into the atmosphere, so we can detach from the main fuel tank. Now if we get this right, we might be able to actually come into land near the launch pad. Let's leave that like that for now and see how close we get. I think we will need to thrust more. Yes, we will. The problem comes when I hit atmosphere and end up halfway across the continent, but so we'll stop just there for a moment. See how this changes when I hit atmosphere. Let's adjust my ship a little bit. Okay, in we come. So we're in the upper atmosphere at the moment. There's where we want to be. Let's slow this down now. So I don't think we got enough thrust to actually come in for a proper landing, but at least we've managed to come down, you know, reasonably near the landing strip. So we'll cut the throttle, deploy the chutes, and now we wait for the patented Malakith engine jettison mechanism, which many of you should be familiar with. And away they go. Can't have those nasty radioactive engines when we're coming into land. Mallory, Malakith, whatever your name is. You're just as much of a psycho as your friends, it seems. Sitting there grinning like an idiot. Down we come for a splashdown. Nice moon in the background. And it promptly blows up. Oh well. Guess the Inquisition won't be seeing Maley. Bad luck, old bean. And all that jazz. Vehicle assembly building. Okay, so stage 1 is up with a rather few problems in its docking area on the bottom there. So I'm not really sure what caused those. I'm not too keen to find out particularly either. But anyway, let's go like that and like that. Now then, one of these do we reckon? For the propulsion module on the front. Let's see, what do we need to go with it? Some sort of control mechanism for flying. I'll worry about that bit in a minute. Now we definitely want some RCS tank. Let's have you. And then, now which one of these has lots of people? That's the big one. Whoops. There we go. And no, that's a bit large. Nose cone. Now the LCS control 4 of at the top and the bottom. Now what else do we need? We need some electrics just to get it up there, so batteries and generators. If I can find them. Okay, that looks good. What else do we want? So it's going to dock on the front. No, I need some engines. Duh. Yeah. Stupid. I'm actually wondering. You know what? I'm going to go like that. Like that. And then like that. And the reason is this is going to be the propulsion section, so it's going to have its own engines. Why would it need that dodgy little section underneath? Now then. Let's see. Some struts for the engines, of course. Let's have them. Yeah. With the little tanks on the end. And the little nose cones on top. And then the engine's hanging off the bottom, of course. Someone just made a very good point. I'm going to have to fix in a second, but never mind, we will have a look briefly. Sorry. Stupid steam popping up. Right. So this one's self-sufficient, that's fine. This one's the engine, I guess. Save. I'll come back to this in a moment while I go fix what someone kindly mentioned, which is that I need to go up to the bit in orbit. Fine, I'll fly the random bit of debris it's making me select. Yes, thank you. There we go. Right. Oh, I don't have a control module on here, so I can't... The problem is these aren't command capsules. I forgot to actually put a command capsule on this module. So it can't do anything itself, which is why I couldn't detach these from it. It's probably why they detached themselves and broke in the first place, because it's a dumb segment. So we're going to have to connect the next section onto it to be able to get any control over what's on here. So never mind, we will ignore that for now and go back to where we were, which was finishing off designing this bit. So we need fuel pipes. 4 of. That's the wrong way around. Oh, come on. What is it doing? Go away. Right. Let's try it again. We want fuel going out to the outer engines, of course. Now, space tape. Of course, we need some space tape. Can't do anything in this game without copious amounts of space tape. Apparently that's too long. Never mind. Oops, that's not what I wanted either. Oh, fine. No. Right. What is it doing? Give me this. Connect it there. And then come down here somewhere. Thank you. Stupid game. Alright, and then hold yourself together. Close enough, that'll do. Alright, let's lift it back up in the air. And go. Now this looks even wobblier than the previous one. So Johnwell and Macely are going to have the fun trip of their lives. SAS on. Thrust up. Where were the engines for these? There. What was that? That's the linking section. So let's split these out, please. Thank you. Now, there are no parachutes in this one. If this goes badly, these guys are toast. But I don't think we told them that. So, yes. Let's get this up there. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, fire! Uh-oh. That didn't look good. I can see it's detaching already. Oh, the wobbliness. And there it goes. Timber. And I have no control over thrust. Engines to full. Burn with a fire. Singe that control tower. And straight... Oh, no, we just avoided the radio. We just avoided... We've got control. We have some form of control. No, we have no control. We're going straight into the floor. And kaboom. So, back to the assembly building. There was a severe failure in here somewhere. So let's try strengthening this whole area. I don't particularly think this will help, but, well, you never know. If in doubt, duct tape. Save. Launch. So we have Chadgan, almost Chadman, but not quite, and Camford. And a whole lot of wobbling. Okay, here we go again. Let's see if this linkage breaks right from the start. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It looks like it's held together a bit better this time. I didn't see the massive judder at the start that signified it failing horribly last time. Camford is quietly confident, Chadgan not so much. Camford, he's starting to be affected. The ground rushing away from him rapidly is clearly giving him second thoughts. The view out the window, you can see a strut out the window. That he's obviously filled with confidence by that and the slight wobbling of all the engines. Nothing says confidence like duct tape on the window. Or in front of the window. Something just disappeared. Did one of my engines just destroy itself? Okay, we're about to jettison the solid boosters. Where they go, thrust up on the bigger engines. The first pair of which should disintegrate shortly. And oh, we're clear. That's good. So up we go. Seem to be doing okay. I want to get rid of this last pair of engines before I start leaning this over. It's going up nice and straight, which I am very surprised about, I must admit. So here we go. About to jettison the next pair. Away they go. Right, start the lean. It's very responsive. Oh, bit of twist coming in there. And on the map view we have bugger all altitude. Now, I'd imagine this is quite a bit heavier than the previous section because this is stuck full of fuel. Okay, up we go. 50,000. Getting overheat warnings, so let's just tweak that down a little bit. 60,000. Start leaning over a bit more. So we're about to jettison this next pair of engines. Oh, it's wobbling around a bit. Let's let it calm down. Where they go. Don't crash. Good. Thank you. Okay, let's push this apoapsis up. Let's put this on the horizon now. There we go. Right. And on we go. The Kerbals are still screaming. Okay, let's go past the 90 because we're just clipping the orbit now. In fact, we will stop boosting for a moment until I get closer to the apoapsis to try and prevent having to fix this quite so much. So Heliger, I believe, I have no idea how to pronounce that, has said that his problem is he doesn't know how to dock. So if he watches this, he should see how to dock because it's something I'm going to have to do. Okay, it's closer to the apoapsis, so let's continue boosting. Just check I'm not overheating the engine. No, that's quite happy. It is fast running out of fuel though, so we're going to be down to those atomic engines shortly. In fact, that orbit is expanding nicely, so we'll just wait till we get a bit closer again. So we're just waiting until we get to here, or near enough to there, probably a couple of seconds away from it. I'm going to have to fix my orbit a bit. You can see it's angled off, but such is life. So ideally I would have left the previous section up there and it could have given spare fuel to this one, but never mind. Okay, out goes the orbit. Ooh, don't thrust up too much, we'll overheat the engine. Although it's just run out of fuel. So we're down to these now. And you should be able to get quite a bit higher. Actually, before I establish my orbit, I want to get these guys into that top capsule. So you let go. Where's the spacewalk hatch? Well, please tell me this capsule has one. Looks like it's there. Grab. And you can go in upside down. Board. Who's in there? Camford. Out you get. Okay, so now we can detach this end. Actually, let's control from there. Just in case, right, decouple. Decouple that one. Oh no. It's breaking this one now. That's not good. Has it broken? Oh, you... Grr. I hate these things. Completely. I really do. I don't know why this thing is insisting on braking repeatedly. We're going to have to hope a single docking node is going to be strong enough to hold my ship up now. I reckon Chadman's been sabotaging my ships when I haven't been looking. Okay, so let's whistle round to the other side and start fixing this orbit. Okay, set as target Leviathan. Now we need to find the ascending node, which is here. Add a maneuver and start trying to line up these orbits. That. There. Okay, so now we need to spin around to the little blue marker. And then wait until we get to position. which is 9 minutes away, so we'll accelerate time a little bit. Oh, what's going on here? Oh, is this because our orbit's so low? Okay, yeah. Instead of trying to fix this now, I'm going to fix it on the next pass once I've got my lowest orbit out of the atmosphere. So once we get over to here, I'm going to have to expand my orbit a bit and try to fix this. So yes, we only have one docking clamp on the rear of my ship now, which is not ideal, even remotely. So maybe multiple docking ports wasn't the best idea. We may be revisiting this design, changing them down to singles and trying to put the original section back up again, but who knows. I can but try with what I have. So it's not letting me speed up time too much at the moment because my altitude, which is just above 60,000. See, will it let me? There we go. So round to the apoapsis we go. Right then, let's spin this ship around because we need to be at the other node, not the retrograde. We need one to prograde. And engines on. Which pushes that up nicely. Okay, now if I continue to boost, what happens? Nothing useful. So we will not do that. And instead we will have a look at the descending node, where I can fix my orbit. Round we come to that point. Whoa! Got 8 seconds to get in position. 3, 2, 1. This is going to be close. Come on, burn. Thank you. It'll get me closer than where I was. Not perfect. There we go. Get rid of that maneuver. Now, let's see. The closest we get is 900 and something kilometers there, and 1,000 there. So let's just fly around once. Are they getting closer or further away, do we reckon? Let's wait and see. Neither it looks like. Slightly further away, actually. Okay, so if we go like this, what happens to them? They pull away. If we do that, not a lot. Let's just reset that. Basically, I need to make my orbit quite a bit different to theirs so that these move. Because currently my orbit is too similar to theirs. By theirs I mean the station. And thus we are not gaining or getting further away from it at any particular rate that is helpful. Come on, back, overshoot. And there. So I'm making my orbit bigger, which should mean that I take longer to go round than the station, so the station should catch up with me. So what we are looking for is, you can see these pairs of markers. You've got the pink down and the pink up, and the, I believe it's orange down and the orange up. When they're to get, like, this one is say where I will be when the station is here, so they need to be next to each other basically. So round we come. So you can see the pink one's moved around quite considerably there. It's hopped. And the orange. Round we come. Where are they going to move to? See, they're getting closer. The pink two are getting a lot closer. So now the orange two. There we go, right. So when I'm around there, if I pull my orbit in, do they get closer together? Not really. What if I do that? Then they go right past each other, look. So there. That 1.6 kilometers away. 3.4, so back the other way. Whoops, too much. .6. So if we go to the blue little cross when we're around there, we should be able to get within 1.6 kilometers of the station, and I can start the docking process. How's my fuel looking? Oh, tons of the stuff, which is what was expected with this fuel tank I've strapped on this. Okay, so around we come. Okay, and boost. And done. So, how close do they get? 6 kilometers. Close enough. So round we go. So if we watch this number here, we should see the target pop up soon. If we switch to the actual view. Where is it? It's going to be on here somewhere. Can't quite see it yet. But as we get... Whoa, whoa, slow that right down. Target, there we go. So speed relative to target. So if we now twist around so that we're killing off speed relative to the target, we can start the docking procedure. We want to get a bit closer first. So you can see at the moment we're 50 kilometers away. 45, 43, 42, 41. So this is, notice this has changed to target, not orbit. So this is your speed relative to the thing you're chasing. Okay, there we go. We're starting to zoom past now. So if we thrust up there, and we zero our speed relative to the target. Now the big problem I'm going to have with this docking procedure is I normally use the other half and, you know, align that one manually to point at this one so I can dock them. I'm not going to have that opportunity here because I have no control over the other section. Due to it not being a proper command module, but that was a failing on my part and something I'd rectify if I do have to do this again. So now we've zeroed the speed. So now we want to point at it, which is this pink circular icon. You can also tell by the visual aspect. And boost towards it. Now you don't want to go crazy because it does really fly at it after a while. Let's go a bit more. So if we spin this round, we can kill off speed again soon because we're in slightly different orbits still, so we are going at different angles and you need to keep killing off your orbit, killing off your relative trajectory while still boosting towards it. So just keep watching the distance to it. Once it doesn't stop, keep ticking over so much. Kill your relative velocity by pointing at the retrograde thruster point. And then find that pink symbol again and boost straight at it. Okay, there we go. So now it's just a matter of time. Getting closer. 2.6. You can see it's flying past. We're not quite on the right trajectory yet, but within a few hundred meters. So let's kill off our relative velocity again. Kill my ship. Turn, 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 turn. Okay, slow that right down so we are almost identical. We're slowly drifting away, so we're going to have to boost back towards it a little bit. Once you're getting really close, you want to stop using your main engines, start using your RCS. But in the later patch, you do not get much RCS fuel at all. So bring lots of tanks or do all forward thrusting with your main engines. Okay, now we're spinning this back round because I'm going to have to kill off the speed. 7 meters a second is way too fast to be flying in to something you're trying to dock with. Especially as I do not know its orientation. I'm not even sure if this is the end I want to be trying to dock with just yet. I may need to go around the other side. Okay, so here we go, we're getting closer. Looks like we're not going to collide with it, we're going to sort of go around the side of it, which isn't necessarily a bad thing because it means I can bypass it if I need to. We need to get close enough to see which side of that ship I need to be on. Looks like that's the area I need to dock to up there. So we're going to have to do some fancy manoeuvring here. Let's kill this off a minute. Okay, now let's point this round at the ship. So we're looking at it. Now, short burst just to go towards it. I can always counteract that much with my LCS if I need to. I mean, look at my resources, I have plenty of everything. Okay, in we go. Right, LCS on, and I'm going to enable docking mode. Actually, no, I'm going to go back to staging first. Okay, sorry. In docking mode you have linear and you have rotational. So in one it lets you sort of spin the ship around as you need to. So I always try to make it so that you're pointing, you know, so you've got the horizon, blue half in the top, red half in the bottom, because then that's what makes sense to your thrusters that you've established earlier. And then you want to line up where your target is. And then you hit spacebar. Now this puts it in translational. So if you push W now, it boosts vertically upwards. If you push left, it goes vertically left, horizontally left. Shift goes forwards and control goes backwards. So those are the keys I've set up. I may well have rebound those, so check those for yourself. But the key bit is you're pushing spacebar on the docking maneuver to shift between angular movement and translational movement. But it's often best to get really close using the standard control system that you're used to and just finishing off the final touches with that one. So let's kill off relative movement again because I'm going some weird angle at the moment. Okay, now I think I want to be, if I look at it, no, that's not the right way. I kind of want to be going up there a little bit, just to get past the ship, so that I can come back around on it from the side I want to. So we'll get above it. before I get ready to kill off the motion again. Okay, kill off the speed. There we go. Now then, if we point at the ship, I probably actually want to point just above the ship so that I go above him. And use my RCS for the speed so that it's not too high. Actually, I'll just do a little bit of burn there. So we're drifting slowly over the top of the ship, which is good. Because this is going to be a really weird docking procedure, because you normally dock front on and I'm having to do it reverse. So the closer I can get this forwards, the better off I will be. Slow it way down. So nearly all of this is done off the nav ball. Alright. Okay, now the difficult bit, which is orienting the ship how I need it to be. So there's another little pink symbol which you can just about make out there. So we're just drifting past at the moment. Let's spin this round, paying particular attention to which direction the thrusters are going. Oh no, I've lost control of this. Come on, you stupid ship, get back where I want you. Thank you. Okay, go across that way, please. No, wrong way. Got some spin going on. This is all because I don't have an SAS module. If I had an SAS module, this would be far simpler. Because it would actually keep itself stationary as I was trying to do this. But it's not. In fact, I'm not even convinced I can do this backwards because it's so unintuitive. The stupid thing keeps spinning. No, other way. Okay, let's target there with that. Ah, that might help. Maybe. Okay, so if you right click on the docking port, you can tell it where to target from, which helps immeasurably. Come on, come on, come on. Stick. Stick, you bastard. Magnets. Magnets. No. It's thinking about it. This is the game rolling the engine around to try and decide if these magnetic clamps are going to lock. And we have it. So we can now extend these panels. And we have control over the other section. Okay, so we have attachment via a single clamp. I don't know how strong that's going to be. I guess we find out in future episodes. So, coming up, I'm going to try and get 4 different lander modules and stick them to these 4. Or I may just try a single lander module in the middle and have these as massive fuel tanks. Decisions. I will have to think on that, I think. I will ponder what kind of structure I wish to have in my future ship. And where I exactly want to take it. But we've got 1 module up. There are at maximum 5 more to go in its current form, unless I have more sections off the bottom. So, with that, guys, I'm going to bring the live stream to a close. It's getting late here due to the late start, unfortunately. I apologise again that this couldn't have been tomorrow in the usual scheduled slot, but I did have other things to do. So, hopefully you've enjoyed this today, and I hope that docking procedure for Hellinger had some kind of help for him. The big key thing I would recommend is always right click the clamp you're trying to connect to and say set this as target, or control from here, sorry, and set the clamp you're trying to dock with and say control from here. It will make the nav ball stuff a lot easier. And when you get near it, such that they're trying to establish their magnetic lock, turn off SAS and just let them get on with it. It's by far the better system. So, on that note, I'm going to bring this to a close, guys. Cranford and Chadgan scream goodnight and say I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. See you next time.